Hello, my friends. This is 3D Shamrock channel, and my name is Florin. Very often in our 3D printing projects, we need bolts and nuts or threaded connections. In this clip, I want to share with you how I used to design and 3D print bolts and nuts or threaded connections. If it happens that you know better ways to do that, please drop your comments. So let's begin. So first of all, you need to find a table with the standard metric sizes or metric thread charts. There are a lot of options on the internet. It is very important that you find one with a drawing of the thread section, including all the thread main dimensions. So I will design a metric 10 bolt and nut. I find in the table the main sizes. The most important is the pitch for a standard metric 10, which is 1.5 millimeters. Of course, there are fine size threads also, but it's not practical for 3D printing. Then in the table I find the other main sizes necessary for the thread design, such as pitch diameter, minor diameter, and so on. I used to design my parts for 3D printing using SolidWorks Connected. I remind you that this is a very cheap version of SolidWorks, but is not commercial. That means you're not allowed to use it if you make more than $2,000 per year. So I begin the design with a bolt axle, and I'm drawing the lines corresponding to the pitch diameter, the bottom diameter, and the tip diameter of the thread. I'm designing the bolt thread profile. Keep in mind that the metric thread profile has a 60 degrees angle. So I continue designing the full exterior thread profile. Then I design the bolt main body. Which I am dimensioning at the desired length. Then I design a spiral which has the same pitch as the thread I want to design, in our case 1.5 millimeters. Take care when you create the spiral to be in the appropriate direction. I mean clockwise for a right-hand thread. Then I choose the desired number of revolutions, I mean the thread length. Then I use sweep feature to revolve the thread profile previously designed around the bolt body along the spiral previously created. So you see, I already have the thread profile. Now we have to refine further the design. We'll cut the end part of the thread. And this is how the tip of the thread is looking like. Then I continue designing the bolt as I want to be. I may design a hex head for the bolt, but I prefer to create another rounded shape in such a way that the thread could be handled by hand. But of course you may create another shape for the bolt head if you wish. Okay, that's for the bolt. For the nut or the interior thread, I use the same profile as the exterior thread, and I use offset command to design a profile which has a clearance comparing to the interior profile, of 0.1%. That means 0.2 on the diameter. Then I design the nut body. I create also a spiral with a pitch equal to the thread pitch, and using sweep command, I will do a swept cut with the design profile along the spiral. And I have the nut designed also. Now I'm 3D printing these parts to see if the clearance between the bolt and the nut it's appropriate and works easy. So I 3D print a bolt and a nut to check if they are assembling properly together. As you may see, the bolt is turning heavily into the nut. It doesn't have the necessary clearance. Then I come back to the drawing board and I change the nut design, making the clearance greater. In my case, 0.15 millimeters. Then I print again the nut with the new dimensions. In this case, it's very easy to assemble, so I will keep this design. Anyway, it's very useful to keep the sketch with the thread profile as a template which you can use later for whatever design you need. So this is it, my friends. If you like my short video, please like, share and subscribe. Happy 3D printing, friends!